Now for L, L stands for line of symmetry. So line of symmetry means mirror line. So how do we find this mirror line? We say that we let the inside of here equals to 0. So when I say I let x minus 2 equals to 0, straight away I know x equals to 2. Now what does this mean? Now when I draw a dotted line, and this is called line of symmetry, and this is at 2, mirror line means it is the reflection line, which means the curve will be reflected on this dotted line. Now let us recap on the I again. I means y-intercept, which means this is 0, 7, and we know this is also a happy curve, so I know it is this point, and I know this 7, I know it will reflect along this line, so it will look something like that. However, we have still one more last unknown, because the curve can look like this, it can also look like this, it can also look like this. Now is our practice time again. Look at this for example. Now the first one has been done for you. So we say that for line of symmetry, I can easily find x equals to something by letting this inside be 0. So x is equal to 2. Pause the video now and try the other 3 examples. Very good. The second example, now check your answer. Second example, I will let the inside be equals to 0. So I'll say let x minus 2 equals to 0, and still x equals to 2. This means that the outside negative does not play any part in the equation. Now look at the third example. Again, we say we let x plus 5 equals to 0, and then we can say that x equals to negative 5. Last example, same thing. I know that x is equal to negative 2. I believe you get all correct, right? T means turning point. A point means xy, and it must lie on a curve. Let us look at a happy curve, which is a U shape. We see that if I have a point here, and this point is going down all the time until it reached this point, and it turned and it went up. So this point here is called the turning point. Notice that this is also the lowest point in the curve, so it has another name called the lowest point, and it has also another name called the minimum point. What happened in a set curve? When we have a set curve, it looks something like an N shape. So if we have a point here, we see that the point is going up until a point where it turns and it goes down. So this point here is called the turning point. Notice that it is also the highest point along the curve. So this highest point is also known as the maximum point. So in summary, we say that happy U shape will have a minimum point, and a set will have a maximum point, and this point is the highest and the lowest point respectively. Now we know what is a minimum point. We want to learn how to find the coordinate. We know that the line of symmetry is a reflection line. How will you place the curve, a happy curve, so that the line of symmetry looks correct? would you place it at A, B, or C? Now it is very obvious that if I place it in B, in C, or in A, the line of symmetry don't look like the reflection line. Therefore, I must place it at B. So let's move the curve again. Now once I place it at B, then it will look correct. Now to find this special point, x, y, we can see that the x is actually equals to the line of symmetry point. So earlier on, we say that this x minus 2, we can let it be 0 and x equals to 2. And straight away we know that the turning point will be 2 comma something. Let's put it as y. Now how do I find this y? To find it easily, I can sub x equals to 2 back into the equation. So I have y equals to 2 minus 2 square plus 3, and this equals to 3. Therefore, we say that the turning point will be 2 comma 3. Right? So in the first example we have done earlier, we said that the turning point, I just let this be equals to 0 and x equals to 2. So I know it's 2. By putting 2 back into the equation, so 2 minus 2 will be 0 square, then I'll get a 3. Pause the video now and do for the other 3 examples. Very good. Now let's check our answer. In this first one, to find the x coordinate, I just let the inside the bracket be 0 and x will be equals to 2. Putting the 2 back into the equation, I will have 2 minus 2 is equals to 0 minus 3, and then I will have a negative 3. Now in the third example, we see that if I let inside the bracket be 0, x will be equals to negative 5. By putting negative 5 back into the equation, 0 square and then multiply by 4, still 0, plus 6, and then I'll have a 6. In the last example, we do the same thing and I'll have negative 2. Putting negative 2 into the equation, I will have negative 6 times 0 square minus 4. And we see that the answer is minus 4. Do you see a pattern? The pattern is, to find the y coordinate, I just look at the number at the back. So if this is a plus 3, this will be a plus 3. If this is a negative 3, then this will be a negative 3. Similarly, for 6 and negative 4. Alright, as a summary, let's summarize what we have learned in sketching this complete the square curve. We say that first we determine the shape. Since this is a x square, we know that this is a happy shape curve. It's not a sad shape curve. To find the y-intercept, I let x equals to 0, and I found that it is 0, 7. The line of symmetry, I look at inside the bracket and I say that this is x equals to 2. So last one, the turning point, the x coordinate is the same as the line of symmetry, and when I put these two back into the equation, I will have 3. So let us plot this, and this into the curve here, into the axis here. So we know that this is 7. We know that I have a line of symmetry at x equals to 2. I also know the turning point is at 2, 3. So now we can draw the curve let me use a red color. So I know that the curve still blue. So I know that the curve looks something like this. Now don't forget to label your minimum point, the lowest point, and the y-intercept, and also label your curve. Now that you have learned how to draw this curve, I want you to try to draw the other three curves.